today we're going to give an honest opinion and review on an FD9. Should be pretty fun. Honestly, I'm a huge fan of Funco. I always have been. If you used to have a Gen 3 Funco, and one thing that I appreciate in general is how consistent they are. So if you know Funco history, you'll know that Gen 3, as the story goes, straight from Gil.
The cars haven't changed since 2004. At 2004, I got the car to do exactly what I wanted it to do. I couldn't expect it to do anything more, so we kind of froze the platform there. And the only changes we've made is to incorporate it for a heavier car, go to the V8 motor, which is heavier than the Subarus, and a little bit bigger bolts here and there. But basically, geometrically, the car's been the same, since the Generation 4.
The reason why I have so much appreciation for these cars in Funco is I went from my Gen 3, I put a lot of hours and time into the car, and what was really cool was because the suspension, because the geometry, because the frame hasn't changed really all that much, I am able to jump into these cars and it literally feels the same. The only difference is the power, and everything around you changes, going from a open body to a complete closed body with windshield. That's a big difference if you've never experienced that. And then also everything that you have to work with is, honestly, that's more of an adjustment than actually jumping up to one of these cars. So if you've ever experienced a Gen 3 or a Gen 4 and you're wondering, man, are those cars really worth it? To be honest, it's whatever your cup is. Personally, I love them. I think they're great. If you can afford to get a newer Funco, by all means do it. They are a blast. And obviously the more power the better. It makes these cars absolutely excessive in every beautiful way. So anyways, we're gonna jump in it. We're gonna just take it through a couple paces. We're at pad 5. We're gonna go out to the Gecko sets right there, so we don't have to go far. 5-minute run, so you guys can see what these cars are like. Let's go. just got done. Went for a little rip. It's always fun to get in the sand. No, honest opinion, these cars are so much dang fun. It's stupid. If you want the most excessive experience you've ever had in the dunes, you don't have to look further than Funco. They're, no joke, top tier. One of my favorite cars out in the dunes, just because they're not focused on taking the bumps. They can take the bumps, trust me. If you hold at speed, just like you normally would, they take the bumps just fine. They might not be the best at it, that's for sure, but that's not what they're built for. These cars are built for duning. So if you're a serious duner, Funco is one of the best cars that you can honestly get, in my opinion. Their low center of gravity, suspension travel is limited, and I only say that because there's some cars out there that have more travel, no doubt. And you know, the way that they're set up is they're not set up to take the bumps, they're set up to attack the dunes. These are dune weapons. Yeah, it's just fun. You can't be around these cars and not smile, especially after going for a little ride. I mean, and you saw the dunes right now, they're really chopped up around Gecko, as they always are. But even with that, it takes the chatter, it eats it up, it cuts right through the bumps, and it's a good time. So one thing that I wanna point out is the driver positioning. Is you are completely set up for success. Everything is super comfortable, everything's within reach. Yeah, the shifter and turning brake look super cool, and having them up high and everything is definitely, you know, aesthetically pleasing. But to be honest, like, they are in the right spot. They are perfect. Everything is right within reach, right where you need it. You don't need to make any big adjustments when you're driving. Jet trim seats are absolutely super comfortable. They're not like traditional, like a lot of people have suspension seats, and that's basically, you know, I got them in my Alumacraft right now, and they're good, but they're not correct, to be 100% honest. These have the hard plastic core all the way through, or metal tubing all the way around, and then the cushion is actually what is giving you your softness. But you don't want to be, suspension seats are actually not correct for this application. If something were to go wrong, these actually hold you in place the way that you need to. Tilt-in pedals are awesome. JMR gas pedal, I actually love that. It looks good, and it also feels good when you're driving. It's got that little side catcher, and your foot goes right up against it. You know exactly where it's at. Everything is smooth. And then they put the dead pedal in right next to it, so while you're driving, if you're not hovering the brake, and you know, if you're cruising, put your foot over. It's really nice. For family cars, this car in particular is a family car. You can tell it's used, but in all the best ways. Kids are constantly in and out of this car, and even with adults, you've got plenty of room. They build these to be really, really comfortable. But comfort, remember, it's not their MO. Their MO is duning. Like, if even 4 deep in this car, all adults, this car is going to absolutely rip. And the best part is it has onboard air. This is cool because with onboard air, you can actually adjust this on the fly, and you'll see, like, it has, this is the general settings, and then it also has second settings, or if there's passengers, you can up the air, which is nice. Give you the extra push that you need in the back so that you're not bottoming it out as hard. And what's also nice is if you're just cruising on the flats, you can actually drop the air and it will eat the chop even better. You'll just float right across it. But good looking car. It's fun. Is it necessary? No. These cars are never necessary. That's not why we buy them, you know. We buy these cars because it's a passion, it's what you love, and it's what you want to do. And you know, it kind of becomes a part of you. So to go back right? I've owned a lot of different cars, and I've gotten to drive even more cars. My honest opinion on these, just like I said it earlier, if you can swing it, if it's something that you actually want to do, by all means, go for it. Is this absolutely necessary? Heck no. Just like I said. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, if you want to jump into the sand car world and you want to know what it's like, a Gen 3 or Gen 4 Funco, and that's what, Funco is your game, go look at the Gen 3s and Gen 4s. Gen 4 is ideal because that's where they perfected it, and then basically from there they just kept fine-tuning with every generation. But as far as like the model goes, as far as suspension, as far as performance, dude, they're awesome. With my Gen 3, I had a 2.5 Subaru in it. It only made 345 horse, and that was at the crank, not the wheel. It was a 4-seater. When I would go out with groups, because, I never turned that car up, I would just take out the back seat, get extra airflow to the radiator, because they put it right behind that back bench seat, and then I would rip, and that car would hang with the best of them. And because it was a little bit smaller and a lot lighter, I could get through the corners a lot quicker. These cars can get through the corners quick. I'm not down on them at all. These cars they are so much smoother, and they're so much faster. They're so much quicker in a lot of ways, but they are heavy. It's a 3,000 pound car. They weigh this, and I think it's 2,800 or 2,900 pounds. It's literally, once you put someone in it, it's a 3,000 pound car. In and out of the tight stuff, it takes a lot of energy, and this car is going to work. So again, if you're looking for like a super light duner, probably want to go with like a Gen 4. Keep it simple. That's my take, and that's my opinion. Nothing beats the sound of a V8, especially when you're looking at the sky. You know what I mean? So, just a great car. Super fun. Always nice to get out in the dunes. Massive thanks to the owner for letting me take it for a little rip, do a little walk around on it, and let you get a little bit better of an inside view of what these cars are all about. The whole time we were out in the dunes earlier, I never went past half throttle, and that's on 0 boost. This has 3 settings. We're currently running on wastegate. This is probably an honest like 900 horse to the wheel. It's extremely excessive. I mean, you want the front up, you just push the gas harder. But, obviously through the dunes, you need to be able to turn. So anyways, hope you like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want more content like this. It's pretty cool. Honestly, this is just a hobby for me. This part is a hobby. So keep the fire burning, baby.